You know, Pete is
Tall.
one of the only
Handsome.
people
Thank you.
who is
Ugly?
so...
Oh,
I'm just going through the gambit.
Hang on. Pete is one of the only people who is so white-laced, so vanilla. White-laced is not a... I don't know what that means.
He makes white boys look different colors.
He's so vanilla. He's so white. He is so white that...
Snowflakes look brown.
Snow White or So White?
That earlier today in our group chat, we have a Movie Men group chat, and earlier today in our group chat, Pete referred to Carl and I as suckers. Or what he meant to say, he meant to call us suckers. Instead, he accidentally typed suckas, like S-U-C-K-A-S, which is a completely acceptable, like that's the thing.
Mr. T, man.
See you later, suckers.
A pity the fool.
However, his white ass was like, oop, typo. Like that is just how vanilla this guy is. We're also recording in the dark. What are you doing?
I was just seeing if the scent was.
I was like, you're either going to blow the candle out or you're going to drink the wax, and
either will be entertaining.
one of those I appreciate. The other is just like a dick move.
Nobody knows which.
Hello and welcome.
Welcome to the Movement Podcast.
We are the
See,
BCP team?
we're
team?
we're the F team.
PCB.
We're the F.
PCB.
The Full House team?
Isn't PCB a drug?
Yeah,
That's
PCB.
PCP.
PCP? Oh.
We're the MDMA team.
We're the Full House team. We're all here.
No.
No. We don't have, what's his name? The funny guy.
The dead guy, Bob Saget.
No, the other one. The one that did the funny voices.
Huh?
The Olsen twins.
No. What? No, he was like
Which
a
one
stand-up
did?
comedy on the show.
What?
Oh, I know who you mean.
I don't-
He played the uncle.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't
Does
do
the,
a
no,
impression.
you can't.
Yeah, but
Did
he had
the-
like a high-pitched voice.
He
and
does-
he'd pretend to be.
He does the
Characters.
Bullwinkle voice and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
We're all here.
Yes.
Same room.
This rarely happens. Must be
Yeah.
episode 450 or something.
3 dudes, 3 candles.
Yeah.
I mean, it's technically 1 candle with 3 flames.
Welcome
Yeah.
to my podcast. I'm here with my 2 regular co-hosts.
We're here today. What are we here today to talk about? 2007's
Well,
Adam's Family.
Adam's
Would
Family.
have
when
been much
Wait.
better film than what we watched.
a man loves a woman.
Yeah, I mean, that's an accurate depiction of what happened in this film.
Yeah.
Is it?
I have a theory.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the question, really.
I have a theory about what's going on in this film.
Okay.
Hold on. This film being 2007's Paranormal Activity.
Yes.
Sure.
And I have a story once before, like when we get into this, I have a story to tell that I feel like I've told several times
I feel like I could tell it.
on the podcast. However, it is about this film, and
okay.
it's relevant context for what we're talking about.
But you
So-
haven't seen this film before tonight.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Have you not listened to the
Sir,
podcast?
sir,
I don't know.
in the theater, I saw this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you get your money back?
It was the first horror film that I ever. Okay, so
Yeah,
is it time to?
I'm cat out of the bag on this one. I'm not hiding anything.
So, all
I'm
right.
not going to throw my. I'm going to throw out all the punches.
So maybe I should tell the story now. Then
yeah.
I saw this movie in the theater in 2007. It would have been, I think, October of 2007. It was the
What day of the week?
first. Well, it was a Thursday,
Okay.
and it was the first
What seat did you see?
A11. Yeah,
You remember
which-
the seat number.
Yeah, which simultaneously I remember that this floor was sticky and also that I sunk that person's battleship.
Ooh.
So, A11 is a battleship joke.
Okay.
I think it.
It's a Hasbro joke.
You should have said A24,
Or is
and then it would have been a double play
is
on
Battleship
the studio A24.
B12.
is Battleship Hasbro or is it
Anybody?
Parker Brothers?
Nobody.
Bingo. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Go on.
So I saw Paranormal Activity in the theater.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was the first horror film that I ever saw in the theater. I mean,
Okay.
I think prior to seeing this, I saw Piranha 3D.
Oh gosh.
which is just like a
B horror.
boobs out gore fest. So it's not really
B for boobs.
B for boobs, and so it doesn't really count. So, anyways, I went and saw this in the theater, and to set the context, I saw this at a time where really, notably, there was only one other film in the found footage genre, which was the Blair Witch Project.
Right.
Sure.
I was aware of the Blair Witch Project. I had not seen it. And I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know that it was a found footage film. And so this was my introduction to the concept of found footage. The film, so put yourself in that mindset. We're not inundated with found footage. I don't even know that found footage is a thing.
And I think it's interesting for context that, like, it's like, I'm just looking, Blair Witch came out in 99, so it's not like, you know, you saw Paranormal and Blair Witch was like a year or two. Like, it's not like a fad.
It wasn't the summer of the movie.
Yeah, like, it's been a long
movie
time.
of the summer.
It's been a long time since Blair Witch.
And so I went and saw this movie, and, you know, the way that this film is set up is that there's no studio title cards that pop up before it. There's no
Post-credits.
opening credits.
Yeah, no opening, no closing.
There's none of that. It just dives straight in, right? This thing comes up very convincingly and says, we'd like to thank the San Diego Police Department, blah, 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 for providing the footage and so on, or cooperating and blah, blah, blah. So I watched this movie thinking it was a documentary.
Okay.
And
like, you thought it was legit.
How
while
old were
watching
you?
it, in 2007, 15,
Okay.
15, maybe 16.
I could see a teenager being duped by this bad
Right?
acting.
Well,
And well, no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
It's a different time, too.
The demonologist, or not the demonologist, whatever the psychic, he's not a bad actor.
Okay.
No, I mean he's probably the best actor in it.
I mean, there's only 4 actors, so
Yeah.
I would say the ghost is the best actor.
The friend, you don't get enough. Like, she's maybe got one line, so you can't really get a read on the performance she gives.
no.
And this is a pre-YouTube era.
Yeah.
Really. YouTube is just starting.
Yeah.
And so most people don't have any knowledge or sensibility about how to behave natural on camera. And even today, if you give a camcorder to someone and say, hey, start vlogging, they start acting a little like performancy and a little weird and a little like, to me, although there are some things where it's like, oh, that was a janky line delivery, a lot of it to me checks out with just being awkward because you know you're on camera.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so we went and saw this movie, thought it was real while sitting and watching it. The movie ends. I walk out of the theater, me and the 2 people that I'm with, all 3 of us walk out of the theater still not realizing that's fictitious. Mm-hmm. Drive
scanning the parking lot for Katie's.
Drive 45 minutes home from the theater. Silent car. Like, nobody's talking, nobody's, whatever. I go home that night, and it's like 3 a.m. before I finally turn the light off in my room.
3:14.
Because I'm like, this movie freaked me out, right? In a theater, you get the rumbling that they do when the demons, doing, that's really present. It's this massive screen. I think we sat relatively close to the front. Nice. And so you're scanning the screen during those night tripod shots, like, where am I supposed to be looking? What am I supposed to be looking at, right?
Trying to take it all in.
And then Carl and I have talked about it before too, where I have, there is an extent of belief that I have in this stuff. And the film doesn't do any CGI. It doesn't do, we don't see a demon, right? We don't see, all of the effects that happen are a blurry shadow on the door, some footprints, a door moving, and even the one that is the most kind of like, that's you're kind of shooting for the stars here, which is the one where she gets pulled out of bed and down the hall.
Right.
Visually, flawless.
Yeah.
Right? Like, from a filmmaking standpoint, the effects, the way that they did it to make it to not give away the fact that it wasn't real,
right,
is really well done. My hat is off to them. Even on a rewatch now, my hat is off to them for that. So, anyways, the context is, no, I didn't want my money back. If anything, I was like, I was ready to sue because I was like, well, I don't know if I'm ever going to sleep again. Now, the next day, I Google the movie. There's an IMDb page. It's, I start looking up how the film was made and stuff like that. These are actors. What's interesting is, like, her actual name is Katie Featherston. Like, they gave the characters the actual actors' names.
Yeah, I did see that.
Which is sort of that extra layer of depth. What's really interesting is they shot this movie in 7 days.
Not a long time.
I can see that.
Katie and Mika meet for the first time when they show up at this rented house to shoot. First time filmmaker, right? Like, it's essentially an indie film.
Feels like it.
It's essentially an indie film that blew up.
Yeah.
And yeah, they had never met each other before. They shot the thing in 7 days. I imagine there's quite a bit of, like, I've never seen a script for it. I would imagine there's probably a shit ton of improv that was done. Just kind of like, okay, this is what we need you to communicate here. Let's see you do 4 or 5 different versions of it. We'll pick the one we like.
Yeah.
Right? So anyways, we're reviewing Paranormal Activity. Spoilers. We're going to talk about it.
Yep.
She gets dragged down the hall. I've already spoiled it.
By the way, thanks to everybody who made us watch this.
It's not real.
Piece of trash.
It's not real, by the way. And before we jump in, we need to talk about our failed attempt. So, because this kind of teeters into, like, what our opinion of this film is going to be.
Yeah.
We watched this film, all 3 of us together, like, moments ago. It ended. And we watched it with an elaborate setup. Video camera was going, capturing our faces.
At least 6 or 7 cords.
There was a lot of cords.
Yeah.
Cables, headphones. We watched it with headphones. There was a microphone set up, catching the room audio. We basically, we set up a camera on a tripod to capture us watching a movie about setting a camera up on a tripod to capture things.
There's some irony there.
It was super meta.
Yeah.
And the idea was to capture the audio for the podcast and like edit together a minute or 2 supercut of Carl going, oh crap, and stupid movie, and
son of a
which he did a lot for the Conjuring films.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I don't have any footage of or audio of or whatever. That exists now. Only in my memory.
Titanic ref.
But so we set all this up. I was going to take the video version of it, edit that together, stick it up on our Patreon. Carl flinched a couple of times. He did a couple of little mini jumps.
That caught me.
Yeah.
And like the eerie,
but not
like
huge,
and never audibly.
Never huge jump scares. Just enough to make me kind of jump my shoulder.
And especially like when the flames happen on the piece of wood, you were
that surprises me.
They were
because to me that's
kind of
not
out
scary.
of nowhere. Like, are we getting into the nitty gritty of this, or are we doing?
No, let's do first impressions.
Sure,
I'll go first. Mine's short and sweet because I've already talked a bunch.
Okay, I'll go second. Mine's probably shorter.
I think that there are a bunch of things about this film that I admire. There are some things that my hat is off to. I think that with the oversaturation of found footage, not so much anymore. That trend's kind of died down a little. But the film didn't age well. I think it was pretty scary in 2007. And now it's just kind of it's now, instead of being a scary movie, it's more of like an interesting, not even masterclass on filmmaking, but like an interesting seminar on some filmmaking tactics and indie film and stuff like that. But that's about it. It's not great. It's not as good as the third one, which Carl will come to know. Go ahead, Carl.
Didn't like it. Steamy, hot pile of trash. Full with poop.
I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't
said
think
I was done. I was done. Go ahead.
You said it was short.
Somewhere in the middle of steamy hot poop.
I think it's not as scary as when I first saw it, closer to its release.
Yeah.
I don't think it's horrible. I think it's somewhere in the middle, though. Like, has it aged well? Probably not.
Yeah,
but
I don't think it's garbage.
No. And I think it's still kind of like an interesting piece of film history. Like, yeah, it's not the OG like Blair Witch, but it still brought something to the table for its time.
I still have the post. I proudly still hang my poster of it.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, I think it's interesting. I don't think it's anything more than a popcorn flick. I'm not. It's not well done, but I was captivated while we watched it, and maybe it was just.
I wouldn't buy popcorn to watch this.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Microwave popcorn?
No. I would do what Aaron Mader used to do and find
pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
I don't even know if it's pre-COVID or if it's like pre-marriage, and he wanted to stay married.
He did it post-marriage.
Did she know about it?
Do you know what he did?
So correct me if I'm wrong. Like, he would take up like half-eaten bags of popcorn.
Yeah, after the movie, he would go around and he'd look for.
He would, dude. I think it was only once, and I'll have to verify. I'll probably see him tomorrow night, so I'll have to verify this with him. But he's done like half-eaten nachos.
Oh, that's a bridge too far.
And I don't think he would touch the cheese, but he would eat the chips for sure, and candy and stuff like that. And you know what? But it was contagious, literally. Yeah. No, it was because for a while I was like,
why not?
Oh shit! Yeah, free popcorn. This is like, yeah.
Have you done it?
But that's the kind of popcorn I would eat watching this film. I wouldn't pay money for it.
Secondhand syphilis popcorn.
Yeah, that's what this movie's worth.
Syphilitic popcorn. Is syphilitic? Is that the right?
I don't know.
Syphilitic.
Okay.
Well, it's definitely not
syphilisis.
That. Yeah. Okay, so let's dive in then. Let's do the nitty gritty. And you had a nitty gritty that you were wanting to get to. Do you remember what it is?
Oh, I mean, besides it not being good.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, having watched the Conjuring universe,
yes,
I feel like I'm a bit of a connoisseur now.
A little seasoned in the what goes bump in the night.
I know what to look for and what to expect. No,
I will say, compared to the Conjuring universe, it does not hold up.
No.
This is very
like,
yeah. This is child's play.
Yeah.
Not talking about Chucky. So one of the things we would talk about frequently when we're doing the Paranormal Activity reviews, the Conjuring movie reviews, is like the ambiance that they created. And we would contrast and compare the different Conjuring movies and those kind of tension building moments, and then how the movie handled those in terms of letting you sit with it and just moving on, or kind of dissipating it by doing some sort of a scare. And this movie kind of does it with the
rumble,
like, and
something's coming.
Yeah,
but sometimes it doesn't.
Even though it builds a little bit of tension, it was never really enough to, like, I never felt tension.
No.
You know, like, I never felt tense the way I did watching some of the Conjuring films.
Well, and I wonder, yeah.
This is Conjuring.
And again,
wait.
Conjuring the Nun.
Yeah.
And
Conjuring.
I wonder, again, like, you know, Pete and I were talking the other day about the movie Halloween, because Halloween was one of the other vote options.
Yeah.
And I said to Pete, I said, you know, the thing about Halloween is iconic as hell, obviously.
Right.
But it's not scary.
It's a slasher. It's not horror.
Anymore, right? In the 70s, when it came out, it was frightening, right? Because of the sensibility of audiences at the time. Right? When Vertigo came out, it was an upsetting movie.
Yeah.
And now back in the 58, 57 something.
Yeah.
And now it's like it's not, right? And I wonder if a film like Paranormal Activity and again maybe other mid 2000s horror films are kind of now the next generation of that. Right? Is we have moved on as audiences, and now it takes more than a found footage eerie rumble to get us going.
I think we're hitting on a couple things here, because I think what's changed is what scares us.
Yeah.
But also what emotionally invests us, because I've seen Conjuring 1 and Conjuring 2.
Yeah.
And how much we care about the characters is significantly different. Like in this movie,
because you care about Ed and Lorraine Warren.
100%.
Yeah.
So like you are emotionally invested on what they're doing, what might happen to them, and what they're wanting to do to help people.
In this, you kind of want Mika to die.
Yeah, like you have some connection to her
bit.
because she seems to have some humanity.
But she's just a victim of both the demon and her douchebag boyfriend.
And like she's the only character you come close to getting some depth on. Like you just find about her as a kid and her history. But even then, it's very hollow. Like I think that's another reason why
There's not a lot of depth to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's like she was 8 years old. That's about all you know about her.
So, kind of building on what I was saying, like because that tension doesn't build, when the jump scares hit, there's no tension to be kind of released to really get you jumped. It's more just like it's a sudden noise or event.
A sudden peak in audio.
Sudden peak. Well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
A sudden peak in audio or a sudden event that you're not expecting. And it's just kind of like somebody coming around the corner and saying "boo," and you're not expecting it. You're not really scared. You're more shocked.
I will say that these, much like to me, Paranormal Activity, at least the first three, because the first three. I've seen. I have the first three on Blu-ray.
I think I saw the third one in theaters.
So I've seen the first three several times.
Scarred me for life.
I think I've only seen the fourth one once, and I think there may only be there's a spin-off one that takes place in Mexico, I think.
Oh yeah.
But then there's for sure a fifth one. And I think maybe that's it. I don't know. I haven't seen the fifth one.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for an excuse to, blah, blah, blah. And I will say that to me, at least the first three are sort of like Saw in the sense that do I think that the Saw movies are scary? No. I mean, they're gross. They're upsetting. They're very gory.
It's a different genre completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, what Saw has working for it is that there is a really, really well-written and fascinating interwoven story the more movies you watch. And Paranormal Activity is the same way, right? When you watch the second one, you start getting pieces of, you get more pieces of the puzzle. And you end up with more questions.
Yeah.
Right? This one ends, you don't really have any questions. You're like, it was a standalone event.
Clear,
It is what it is.
Yeah.
The second one will give you a little bit more of, a little more detail, but it will also raise some questions. You'd be like, okay, what is the catalyst here? Like, what's going on? The third one, even more so, right? And so that to me is something that it has working for it as a franchise, is that there's an interesting story once you start diving deeper into all of it.
For sure.
But obviously you can't judge the first film based on the films that are to come.
Yeah. I think where it has a gap though is they do have this like intricacy and it grows.
Which don't spoil any of it for Carl.
No, I you're so bad. But I think where the difference for me, again, I'm not going to hit on it, is Conjuring, the characters have a humanity to them. Like, you know, when Ed does something and he himself is scared and you see him panting, I actually care
You mean the
about
acting is good?
No. Well, yes, but
It is.
but yeah, like I care about Ed because I've, in Conjuring 2, I've known him for 2 films and he's like even more fleshed out as a human. As with this, in this whole universe, like you learn more and some more dots are connected and some more questions are come up, but like they're very superficial characters. You never,
Yeah, and I think like
when things happen, I'm scared because I'm watching a scary movie, but I don't really care about Mika. I don't really care about Joe. I don't really care about Sally.
Well, and what's the thing that just occurred to me, and it's like it was a necessary evil of the film, is I mean, are they world-class actors? No.
They're not bad though.
They're not bad, but you get a film like The Conjuring, or we watched. You and I did the first 2 Insidious films, and again, long enough ago that they may see a reprieve at some point in the podcast with Carl and I. But
What?
Yay.
I don't think that's a bit of a gray area.
why?
I mean,
You've okayed us redoing Walk the Line.
that's a bit different.
Why?
Yeah.
Anyways, doesn't matter.
I'll get your back, Carl, if you want to.
How many
Nobody
times
really enjoys us reviewing horror films anyway.
How many times have you and I reviewed
sure if-
Titanic?
That's completely
I'm sure if we
different.
look at the numbers, the horror film reviews are like the lowest numbers we get.
They're really not. They're actually really not.
actually usually
No,
pretty spiced up.
I'm pretty sure the lowest ones we get are like when Carl's like, "Let's do Defendor."
That film's awesome.
I've never heard of
It's a
it.
great film. I got it on DVD. I'll let you borrow it.
What was the other one?
You'll never watch it.
Lucky Number 11 was like
No.
nobody's listened. Wow, that's not true.
I've heard of it. That as a side note.
But the thing is like, so you do, the Insidious films have that woman who I can't remember her name, but the older woman who does like a bunch of different horror films. It has
Maggie Smith?
it has actually a fun tie-in to Conjuring. It has the Insidious films have Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
But then you get to the Conjuring films and you have Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
You have Vera Farmiga.
Yeah.
Patrick Harris.
Nope. But then you do a film like this, and it behooves you to cast people that nobody's ever heard of before,
For sure.
because that was
Fresh
part
out
of
of acting school.
They're not
college
that
students.
bad.
but that
dude.
was part of the
bad.
conceit, was that because if you went to watch this film and you're like, oh, it's Halle Berry and whoever, then instantly you go to the theater knowing, well, it's just fake.
Yeah.
It's just a movie. Right? Whereas putting people in who you've never heard of before and using their real names, you go,
Yeah.
oh shit.
You buy into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're that bad. But
Come on.
The special
when that
effects
psychic
are
walked in and he's
Okay,
like
that was
greeting the girl, and then she's like, "This is my boyfriend," and he's like, "Oh, hi."
listen, I will say,
Yeah, because he walks in and all of a sudden there's a giant camera in his face,
No.
which he wasn't expecting.
No,
That
is not the tone in his voice.
But that's entirely what that reaction was supposed to be.
No.
Maybe
Then
supposed to be, but that is not what came across.
He said he came to help. He came because of the power of boners. He
What?
had the hots. He had the hots.
No,
for Katie.
no. Okay, wait. No, wait.
Oh, he did.
In
so.
all honesty, though,
Yes.
that's like his reaction to hi is turning and seeing there's a giant camera in my face. Whether he played that off well or not,
Which he didn't.
Yeah.
no, he was not there to bone Katie. That was
You
not
don't
his.
know that. You don't know his innermost thoughts.
Oh my gosh.
Listen.
Shows up the second time. He knows he doesn't have a chance, so he just like buggers off right away.
He's like,
sorry, I gotta
he's
leave.
still here.
The presence doesn't want me.
Okay, that's bullshit. I'm sorry. Like,
It's not though.
No,
See that
like,
I have to
no, okay.
disagree.
sorry. I understand his motives. I think it's weak sauce that you just leave someone high and dry like that.
No,
Like,
he
you
said,
ghost
"I'm
someone.
going to get you help."
Bullshit.
But
Like,
I'm
when, in
not.
a month?
But yeah, but he also like this. But he said like this is not my specialty. I'm not the person to help.
Script-wise, I'm with Brady.
because, yeah.
Script-wise, what he says
He's like,
makes sense.
I don't know.
He delivers it so poorly.
It's like my grandmother showing up at your house to offer IT support. She's like, literally, because she said, I'm going to screw this up worse for you. The demon is unhappy about the fact that I'm here. I can feel that.
Okay, I'm going to give you two metaphorical examples.
Okay, I'm not going to agree. I'm not going to budge on this, but
let me just give some context.
Okay.
I'm at my house and my Wi-Fi is a bit slow. Like it's okay, but it's just not working.
that
the
sounds like
best.
user error. But
and your grandma comes over
yeah,
and says, "Oh, you know what? This isn't my expertise. I'm going to get Aaron Mader and he'll come help you out." I'll say, "That's fine. This is not urgent. There is no rush. I will survive till it happens."
Right. He's done that.
Scenario number two.
Can we agree that that's what this guy pretty much did?
Nope. Because that's not the context, though. Like, yes, that's what he did, but that's not the context. Scenario number two. You're drowning in the river on death's doorstep. And someone is standing
no.
there.
This is not a
let
good
me finish.
example.
No, let me finish. Someone's standing there with a life preserver
yep.
at the river's edge and says, "You know what? I could throw this to you, but it's not my expertise. So I'll just be back in like 3 weeks when the lifeguard is back on from vacation.
It's a
and we'll
poor
take it from
example.
there."
It's a poor example because me standing on the edge of the river with the life preserver is not making your situation drowning in the river any worse.
If you were to make the river
I'm not
analogy
pissing the
more
river
accurate,
off.
Sure.
person in the river drowning, guy, the psychic on the edge doesn't have a life preserver. They have a brick. This is my area of expertise. This brick. This won't help you. Let me go get somebody who will.
But even still, it's still not fully correct because you standing there with the brick is not making the river angry, right?
No,
Whereas that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
So this is more like, whatever the scenario may be, whatever help you need
I see, okay.
is and I'm saying, hey, I'm not the person to help you because A, I don't know anything about your Wi-Fi,
Right.
but B, you have a deathly allergy to peanuts and I'm smothered in peanut butter, which is a ridiculous example, but it
for the
works.
context, yeah.
So literally, not only do I not know how to help you,
making
I
it
know
worse.
that I am going to make this much worse if I don't go now.
I understand.
Him leaving was helping them in the immediate.
I understand that the examples I'm giving don't align with the scenario, and you've illustrated that. Like, I get that.
Right.
But, like, to just ghost and leave, I think, is where the problem is. Like, I understand you're making it worse. You're not helping. But these people are, like, they need help. Even if it's just emotional support. Say, leave the house, go into a public set, like, just something.
But the demon follows her. It's not. It's not right.
it?
She said this has been going on since was a kid.
Listen,
the
I'm just
demon
saying,
burned their house down.
This guy, he's got industry connections. You got to get someone else on the line.
Yeah, and he said, I'm gonna go. But me being in the house this second is a bad thing.
Like, you gotta, like, I'm just saying, you gotta go now. You gotta get help now. Like 2 weeks from now, it doesn't.
I would agree with that.
Sure,
point.
100%.
He needed to get immediate help and not wait till
he needed to go phone from the car.
100%.
But him leaving the house was completely justified.
I can agree with that. We're all on the same page.
When she phones the demonologist is out of the country, phones him and is like, I need help. I don't know how to call the demonologist out of the country. He shows up and he's like, oh crap, it's gotten a lot worse. To the point, it doesn't even want me here.
Yeah.
But
he does need to act a little bit more immediately.
Correct.
But he does need to leave.
I'll agree with that.
Yes.
We're all on the same page.
But also, on the same topic of justified leaving, they're not engaged. They're not married. I know we've spent a lot of time shitting on Mika, but if I were in Mika's position, like, they make it to night like 21 or 22 or something.
3 weeks,
On night 3, I'm going, I don't think this is working out. I think we need to see other people. Because this isn't following me. This is following you. And I would feel bad. I wish
For better or worse?
I wish you all the best. And you know what? If you can make this situation go away somehow, give me a ring. But in the meantime, I'm going to die as a result of this. He does die.
He does.
As a result of it. He had every, like, I really firmly believe, you know, you could go, that was kind of a shitty, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You cannot, blaming this guy for just up and leaving would not hold any weight with a jury. Like, they would be like, yep, no, I would have pissed off as well.
I don't think he had much of a choice, honestly.
Why?
It's part of my theory.
Which is?
She's a succubus.
Okay.
Oh, what?
She is a demon.
She was possessed. Oh,
She's not possessed. She was the demon. She's a succubus.
Okay, so
I
you know,
think the fact that
wait.
you know what that word is makes you a demon.
So
For the one
now
thing I
we
will say,
have I have to show him more movies in the series because now we have a theory.
For Pete, who seems to not know what that is, and for the listeners who don't either,
It's less dirty than it sounds.
A succubus is a demon who, well, it's still kind of dirty.
Well, yeah, it's not like
is a demon usually like
doesn't
a
involve
female demon who preys on men in a sexual manner.
Is it always a female demon?
Usually, as far as I understand it.
Let's ask Google.
So, like, the way, like, she's sniffing his
Do
body.
succubuses have
and,
to be
like,
female?
He's, like, trying to get them to leave, and then she's all of a
NCBI,
sudden...
Succubus is understood as a Lilin demon in female form or supernatural entity that appears in dreams to seduce men, usually through sexual activity. The descriptions of the same can be traced back to the folklore of medieval times. The male equivalence of this is known as an incubus.
Okay.
An incubus.
So there are
Incubus.
male versions.
So I don't know. She seemed pretty resistant to romping in the sheets quite a few times.
yeah.
But she still did.
But she still did.
Wow.
And she still...
Can you resist,
Well,
Mike?
I mean,
still,
she's a
like,
succubus.
Sniffed him and...
sniffed.
like-
Sniffed
What do you
him.
mean?
Right at the
sniffed
end.
him?
Right at the end.
Oh yeah, but she was possessed.
No, she was a succubus.
They were just
Well,
planning
I
on
mean,
eating them.
She was the
tomato,
demon.
tomato.
Anyways,
She was the demon.
I will say, so Brady, I'm not disagreeing with you. I get that there'd be no shame if he left, but part of me, and I'm not just being an ass when
he
I
was
say
entrapped by her.
But,
He
like,
didn't have a choice.
this, the
You're still a
term,
dick.
the term that's etched on like one of those wooden plaques on the wall that says like, if you don't deserve me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
no, this is different.
I don't know, man.
No,
Like,
this is different.
Sometimes you got to stand with people when they're going through crap.
Yeah. I mean, this is a little bit different than a gambling addiction.
No. I get you. I'm just playing devil's advocate, though. Like, if someone has a disease that makes them grumpy, are you going to just say, well, you know what? You're having a negative... I don't know.
Like, I mean, this is
it's hard to come up with a good example.
This is even worse than, like, hey, I like to smother myself in Vaseline and hang out around the bowling alley. Like this is a whole other level of you're screwed if you stay with me.
Yeah.
Or she's a succubus and she picked somebody with small dick energy who she knew would be like, I can figure this out, even though I have no freaking clue about spirits and demons
and here's
and crap.
the thing. Okay. So here's the thing. Because I was thinking this too. Yes, what he's doing throughout the film, the way he reacts, she's saying, "Come on, Miguel, like, let's just go, let's just go, let's just go." Well, no, that stuff, sure. But you guys were scoffing a little bit when, something's just happened and he's like over there checking the bedrooms and looking behind the shower curtain and like doing whatever as opposed to, leaving.
Calling a demonologist.
But here's the thing. Yeah,
I can figure this out. I can make it go away.
Yeah.
I don't know a thing about it, but I can do it.
He should have called the demonologist, but
I'm just saying, if your car is broken and you're not a mechanic and you don't know how to fix engines, you call a mechanic.
Either turn your microphone or stop screaming into it. I'll give you
getting excited.
Give you two options.
I'll move it away a little bit.
But here's the thing. In his position, like, there is some merit to his stance. Not with the demonologist thing. He should have humored her on that.
Sure. Or something.
But on other parts of it, like, there is, like, he seems to have an understanding that because they've been told this thing's going to follow her. Mm-hmm. It's attached to her.
Yeah, pretty early on.
And so leaving and going somewhere else, the guy flat out says that's not going to help. It's not going to do anything. Mm-hmm. And I do think there's something to be said about, what would happen to your behavior, what would happen to your mindset, what would happen to your reactionary sensibilities as he sees himself as the man of the household, as the protector, as the one that's supposed to be able to have a solution. When you're faced with something that A, defies all of your beliefs and understandings of the world, and B, there's not really any, like, you're hit with that defenseless, hopeless, helpless kind of thing, right? He's angry and he's lashing out because of how helpless he feels, because of how useless he feels up against what's happening. There's ultimately nothing he can do to help her, and he knows that. And so he's, does that justify what he does? No, but I do think it rationalizes it. I do think it makes it make sense where he's coming from and why he's, because in his mind, he's like, he's in that, like, no, I have to fix it. Mm-hmm. Right. And coming, and although, yes, I should come and hug you, wrap my arms around you, make sure you're okay. But he's like, but that's not going to fix it. It's still here. It's still in here. And I have to go foolishly, like, try to scare it off or intimidate it or whatever, even though that's never going to happen. But what other, like, what else is he supposed to do aside from pack his bags and get the hell out?
I would disagree that most people would act that way. I think.
So what would you do? What would your response be in his situation?
In the early stages, I might do something similar. But as soon as, like, footsteps start showing up on camera after walking through. Yeah. And wife gets dragged out of bed.
Which, like, only makes you feel more helpless.
Sure. But, like, he even when she's phoning the demonologist. Yeah. He doesn't want her to phone the demonologist.
Yeah.
Like, he's got so little self-confidence or self whatever you want to call it. Like, he's like, I just can call it what I've been calling it. He's got such small dick energy that he's got to try and fix something he knows he can't fix.
Yeah.
I would say that somebody who's got confidence in who they are and what they can do, when they are met with a force or a problem that they know they can't do anything about, they actually go to somebody who can. I like the mechanic problem.
I agree.
Yeah, I disagree. There's probably a better term for it, but I think you're right. Like there's some knowledge of confidence of knowing like, hey, I don't have an answer and that's okay. I'm moving on to someone who does.
I think
I know I can change the oil in my car. I still get a mechanic to do it.
Yeah. I think you could also read into it a little bit and go, maybe the reason why he would be reluctant, or maybe the reason why someone would be reluctant in his position to give in and let the girlfriend call the demonologist is because he's so scared shitless that he's trying to live in a world of denial. No, it's not that bad, right? It's not, we don't, and again, like, I don't know why I'm not dying on this hill. I have no interest in actually defending this guy. Right? Like I don't care at the end of the day.
I know, you're just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah,
but like
a discussion.
Even the script, he's believing in those moments. Like, but by the time she calls the demonologist, he believes there's a demon.
Oh yeah,
attacking them. He just thinks he knows how to fix it, or he can figure it out.
Well, or he doesn't think that he can, but he's doesn't want to admit to himself how helpless they are. Right? Because that's even scarier.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. I do think the special effects are flawless. Like flawless.
They take their shot, right? Like a lot of it's at nighttime. They keep it to a
for sure.
They keep it to a minimum.
It's low quality footage, so you can hide a lot of.
There's only one camera angle.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It never moves when they do it.
They're not trying to do too much with the budget and what they're trying to accomplish.
Actually, that's a great question.
I think they only what
was the budget of Paranormal Activity?
I think it was like 10 or 15 grand. I looked it up. It was very, very low.
$15,000 US.
Yeah. Very low.
And Paranormal Activity box office. So on a $15,000 budget, they made $193,000 worldwide. No.
That can't be right.
$193 million worldwide. So it was hugely profitable. And no question as to why then you make another one.
And the next one, they bumped the budget to $3 million.
Wow.
Like they
spend it, yeah.
Spend it if you got it, I
Break
guess.
the bank.
Yeah. And one more thing before I'm ready to rank it. I'm just curious to see. So the audience score for this film on Rotten Tomatoes is a 57.
That's generous.
The critic score, and again, keep in mind, critic scores don't change too long after the movie comes out, because critics aren't going back and re-reviewing it, whereas audiences will continue to watch it and continue to score it. And so if a film ages poorly, the audience score will drop, the critic score will not, right? Critic score is actually kind of a interesting snapshot in time. Of, and they gave it an 83.
It depends on how much you trust a critic score.
Cynic McGee over here.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of films that critics score super poorly that audiences love.
Right.
Yeah, and I kind of want to start watching films a little more intentionally, maybe having seen the critic score first. But maybe not the audience score, but just seeing the critic score, because I often wonder, and this is just me, like, could be, could not be, but I think in the case of this film, when a critic score is high, but an audience score is low, that leads me to think, okay, there is something interestingly, like cinematically interesting or filmmaking interesting here that I'm not picking up on, that I'm not in tune with. But there has to be a reason. There has to be a reason why so many film critics gave this a thumbs up, why 83% of them gave it a thumbs up. But the critic score, and again, in this case, or the audience score, in this case, we've sort of submitted why it might be lower. But even a fresher movie, right? Like if the movie came out 2 weeks ago and the audience score is 30 and the critic score is 75, and I watch it and I'm like, I'm kind of leaning on the 30. I'm like, oh, is there something I'm just not sophisticated enough here to pick up on? But anyways, I think I'm ready to score this.
I think so too.
Does anyone else have like, oh, I really like that part?
No, the only thing I'll mention is I thought when Micah is walking around
Mika.
with the...
I know, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. I shouldn't mispronounce it. He has that EVP recording where he says, "What's your quest?
So funny.
What is your favorite color?"
There were some really funny moments.
There were some funny moments.
So apparently that's a quote. You guys have reviewed
Monty
this. But
Python.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until
What
I was
is
reading
your
this.
favorite color?
I've never seen it.
What is the airspeed's velocity of a swallow?
Yeah.
African or European? What? I don't know.
We're just gonna reenact the whole.
Yeah. 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 So. Monty
Turned me
Python.
into a newt.
I got better.
I got better. Okay, so
small rocks.
I would. How do I want to rank this? I mean,
Poorly, I hope.
There is a nostalgia factor because I saw it in the theaters, scared the shit out of me. Blah blah blah. It hasn't aged well, even for me. Like, I just don't find it scary anymore. I find it more on the boring side. Just slow.
Slow.
I'm going to still give it... I'm going to take everything into account here. Well, do you know what I mean? Just as I'm not going to say like, well, what was my viewing experience of it this time? I'm going to say like, what was it like for me back then versus what is it like now, and score it, you know, sort of this macro view. I'm going to give it a 7.
Wow.
I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think that it was, you know, Blair Witch Project aside, I think it's a groundbreaking film. Right?
Number.
It's groundbreaking. It did a lot of things right. It was a indie film made for $15,000 that took the world by storm. And it's really ambitious. And ambitious in a way that, again, at the time paid off massively. And for that, the iconicism, the nostalgia factor that I have, all of those things, you know, I'm going to give it a 7. I think if you'd asked me in 2007 how would I score this film, I probably would have given it a 9 or a 9.5. But now, some things have definitely brought that score down significantly. And I think 7 is generous. It is. I think I'm on the generous side. But I'm going to go with 7.
Sure.
Carl.
Me? Oh, okay.
Well, you did your initial impression second.
Okay.
So
I didn't like this movie.
What?
No, yeah, shocker, hey? I was bored the whole time.
you succubus.
I even caught both of you scrolling Facebook and looking at your phone doing something that was not movie related.
I was looking up
So,
the trivia section.
I've
Sure
seen it
you
a
were.
shit ton of times.
I was lucky I didn't have my
probably
phone
like
'cause
my
it was charging,
8
or
or
else I would
9th
have been on
viewing.
it the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not entertaining. Clever premise. The found footage films, I will admit, it's a clever filmmaking style.
Yeah.
Gimmick.
The shaky cam, I'm a bit over.
Well, because there's found footage and there's... So I will tell you this, Carl. without spoiling any of the detail, without spoiling anything, the majority of the second film is done with like an in-house security system.
Yeah.
And so you get much less handheld shaky cam.
Well, it's not even the shaky cam. Like, I had a shaky cam, whatever. I take it or leave it. So anyway, interesting. But interesting doesn't mean good, in my opinion. I haven't seen Blair Witch Project. I've seen a lot of trailers and footage for it. And it's the same thing. It looks interesting. It doesn't look good. The acting doesn't look good or entertaining. It looks, all of it looks bad.
I did eventually watch Blair Witch Project, and I was underwhelmed.
And this is just like bad, goofy acting.
He
unbelievable.
really
It was just completely
struggled with the
unbelievable.
He did.
It was so unbelievable. Like, I didn't believe for a second that these characters who they were acting to be.
That's his review is unbelievable. He's gonna go home tonight, and Emily will be like, "So how was the movie?" And he'll go, "Unbelievable!
It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it for a second. It's just bad. So if I got to give it a number, because apparently zero a number,
I always say, how would you rank it on a scale of 0 to 10?
but I'll give it a 1.5 because it's ambitious.
Okay.
Wow. I'm somewhere between a 4 and a 5. I think I was thinking a 5, and the more we talked about how hollow the characters are, I don't think the acting's bad, but just compared to The Conjuring, where you get characters that are fleshed out and developed, I think I have to give it a 4. It's still one of those iconic movies that you got to see once, and you respect what it did and for its time, but it's not great. It's somewhat captivating, but also at times there's the lulls, and I'll give it a 4.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
You know what?
You don't have to watch this once. You can avoid this at all costs, and you'll do great.
You know what we've never done before, but I'm gonna start it right. Well, but I'm gonna no, I haven't. But I'm gonna start it right now because I feel like it's a thing that should happen. Once we give scores, now normally it's just 2 people.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna average those scores out so that we can have like a this is the movie.
Carl killed it.
This is the movie men score
It's lucky
of
I
this
got a
film.
1.5.
But his 7 will bump it up.
Isn't this like, I don't know?
Yeah, that's fine.
It makes it a
what
thing.
was the average?
So the movie men score then for this film. How do we want to round decimals?
Oh my gosh, just
We'll round it
say
to the
it
first
aloud.
decimal.
yeah.
4.1.
Okay. So
It's a 4.1 out
which
of
is
10.
I gave it a 4, so I landed right in the middle of you two.
Yeah,
Interesting.
bully for you.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, Pete.
Whoop-de freaking do.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Check out our links below, our socials below. Let us know what you thought about Paranormal Activity. Were you a Carl? Were you a Brady? Were you in the middle like Pete? Were you riding the fence?
Or did you take my advice and avoid it at all costs?
This is not the movie you're looking for. Check out our upcoming episodes.
along.
And
Including Paranormal
Move along.
Activity 2.
I honestly think it'd be funny if you made him watch the series.
Oh, we'll for sure watch the second one.
Okay.
We'll for sure watch the second one.
Nice.
As not, yeah, it will be, that episode will come out
Someday.
like just after Halloween, just into November.
Nice. Yeah. Check out our socials. Give us some feedback on what you think of Paranormal. And until next time.
Did you say Patreon and merch and stuff?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what are you
Check out the
doing here?
Patreon page.
Good
check
Lord.
out the merchandise page. What happened to the light? It's
I
dark
don't know.
in here
Something
now,
just
man.
got much darker.
You guys didn't even notice. I'm wearing the
I
movie
actually,
shirt.
it's a nice
Nobody
shirt,
said
dude.
anything.
I noticed.
I got the shirt on.
Thank
I got
you.
the merch shirt.
I like the shirt.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
Movement
audio
podcast.
only format.
T-shirt, golf shirt,
The audience.
Baseball
knows.
tee.
Baseball tee.
baseball tee. I got it the third time there.
Yep.
I got
yeah.
I got the green one. I picked green because I don't have a lot of green in my wardrobe.
That's fair. Yeah, help us support the show.
So I
It's
should
not-
get the pink one? Like, what do we...
It's not free. It's not free to run a podcast, and let us
God,
give
no.
you some perks back.
Who the
by,
hell knew?
supporting merch
Not us.
and supporting on the Patreon.
Yeah.
And until next time.
Don't watch Paranormal Activity.